All right, it's game time. I was going to say it's almost game time, but it is game time. There's a London game going on right now. Welcome, everybody, to Fantasy Football Today on Sunday morning, and we are an hour and a half away from kickoff for most of the games for the 1 o'clock slate. It's Adam, it's Chris, it's Heath, and Frank here, and we're answering your questions with our makeshift backgrounds here. Sorry about that. Getting that all set up. Good morning, guys. How we doing? Chris Towers. Well, congratulations to the Marlins.
Yeah, I'm the only one here whose team made the playoffs in Major League Baseball, so that's neat.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Didn't necessarily expect that.
Wait, I listen, I don't pay a lot of attention to baseball anymore, but you're telling me the Yankees missed the playoffs?
The Royals and the Yankees both missed the playoffs this year. It's one of the bigger upsets in sports, I think, that both of those teams missed the playoffs.
Well, what are the I know. I mean, forget it. Yankees and Royals playing right now, or this today. So anyway, we should put a wager on that, Heath. What are the headlines today? Derek Carr, we saw a report that he was out. Now he's actually in. He is playing. Deshaun Watson is not playing. We should probably start with that, Heath Cummings. Your thoughts on Jimmy Garoppolo out, Deshaun Watson out this week? What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's, for me, more of a downgrade for the Browns pass catchers than the Raiders pass catchers, partially because one of the Raiders pass catchers is Devontae Adams, and I just don't care who's throwing him the ball. But I would view Amari Cooper as a mid-range number 3 wide receiver. I'd view Jacoby Myers about the same, and I am trying to get away from Elijah Moore. I'm really fighting a battle right now internally over whether I'm going to start Elijah Moore or Darius Slayton.
That's pretty gross.
I would go Slayton.
I think I would go Elijah. They've been really like dialing up a lot of really like fairly low value touches, but
that's a good point.
In a PPR league, I think he could be useful.
It's half PPR.
Well, that's half as useful then.
Frank, how you doing, man?
I'm doing well. Not feeling great about the Yankees, obviously, but we could save that for another day. I love the background, by the way, Adam. I read the sports sign, and it reminds me of, I don't know, that's like a meme gif of like the lady back in the day, sports.
Oh, I was thinking of it's like an early Lonely Island bit, like pre-SNL, pre all that stuff. There's like a We Like Sports song that's pretty great.
Oh, all right. I'll check that out. Let's get some
questions. Sure the quarterbacks were the big news item?
What's the big news item? What am I missing here?
Well, I saw Ian Rappaport talking this morning about Zeke will get starters workload today.
I don't know what this means, and I'm inclined to just ignore it.
Yeah, I think it said starters reps, I think.
So you could ignore it for Zeke's purposes, I think, a lot easier, much easier than you can ignore it for Ramondre's situation.
Like that's fair. I was looking at our Ramondre team. You and I have Ramondre Stevenson, and I was thinking, like, do we bench him for Josh Palmer, for Gabe Davis? And
see, that's the thing. Like, maybe Gabe Davis, but Josh Palmer, we have a pretty decent sample size of Josh Palmer not being very good. He's basically had like 2 good games with Mike Williams out of 5 in his career. I guess there's some upside, but I don't know. I'd still go with Ramondre there.
I don't know how much upside there is for. I mean, I guess the Cowboys' run defense was really bad last week, and so if the Zeke thing's entirely a smokescreen, and Ramondre sees 60% of the touches, then there is a lot of upside there.
All right, let's read some questions here. Frank, by the way, we're both wearing RotoWear shirts, so rock on. Josh Kelly, Rashaad White, Damian Pierce, pick 2, half PPR.
I would go with White and Pierce.
Josh Kelly is going to be the death of me. He is probably the player who has the biggest gap between where I project him and where I rank him, because it's almost impossible not to project him as a top 15 running back, just with the kind of work he's going to get in that offense. But he has not been even close to that in the 2 starts that he's had. So I would rank them Rashaad White, Damian Pierce, and Josh Kelly. But if you wanted to go Kelly over Pierce, you will get no argument from me.
Yeah, I'm going Kelly and White.
Tank Dell or Jordan Addison?
I
think it's Dell.
I like both, but I would go with Dell.
I would go with Dell.
Can I ask you guys a question? This is one that I'm struggling with in multiple leagues. What's that?
No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Wow. Forget it.
No, it just I know like, nobody ever pays attention when I say no. But go ahead.
I'm a little wary of Deebo Samuel with the rib and knee injuries. It sounds like he's going to play, but I'm a little scared of using him given what should be an easy win. I think I'm going to start Tank Dell over him. What do you guys think of that?
So I have something similar, Chris. I have Nico Collins on my bench and I have Deebo Samuel in the lineup, and I'm just going with Deebo Samuel. The Cardinals have actually been pretty pesky, so it wouldn't surprise me if this game is like a little bit closer, not a complete blowout, but I understand your concerns.
They've definitely been more competitive than we expected. Obviously, beating the Cowboys was pretty massive, but it does feel like one of those where like the bottom's going to fall out at some point. They can't keep playing this far over their heads, right? Like, I'm really, really struggling with that one, and I don't want to have to make a decision.
All right. I'm going to go Debo. Frank would go Debo. So you should go Debo. Devon Achane or Michael Thomas?
Achane.
Carr's in. Achane for Chris.
I like Achane.
Achane for everyone. Tank Dell or Dak Prescott in Superflex?
Tank Dell. Or sorry. Dak.
Yeah, I would still use Dak. Yeah.
I missed you too, fullback or Facebook, whoever you are. Pick two. By the way, the player, I don't know about you, the player I've been asked about the most today is Tank Dell. So let's see how many Tank Dell questions we get today. I think we're going to get a lot. Addison, McLaurin, Myers, Brees, Rashaad Johnson. Pick two.
Addison and Myers.
Addison and McLaurin.
Yeah. I think it's McLaurin and Addison for me.
Let's get a wide receiver and two flex here. Are we sitting Hopkins?
Yes.
I'd start Hopkins over Sutton.
Oh, really? Is that because you really like Hopkins or you really don't trust Sutton?
Don't trust Sutton.
Okay. I kind of thought after the first week of Sutton being much better than Judy, you could just say, well, it was Judy's first game back. But after the second week of it, I've just pretty much decided he's the number one wide receiver until Marvin Mims ascends as he already should have. I would start Sutton and Moss.
And
Madison.
Okay. Kamara or Sanders, PPR?
Kamara.
I would use Sanders.
It's Sanders for me, and that's probably the storyline for me today is I'm like 20 spots lower on Alvin Kamara than Dave and Jamie are. So
you have him like 30th, 35th?
35th, I think, yeah.
Man, I was really surprised. I did a poll because I had to decide between Kamara and Puka Nacua, and Nacua got 73% of the votes, 1,100 votes. So I'm a little hesitant with Kamara. So he has really bad history against Tampa. Recent history anyway. I don't know if that matters. Tampa's run defense isn't what it used to be, but I wouldn't mind having a better. I would like to have a better option, but I think I'm guessing he'll be started in 75% of leagues or so. What do you guys think about Alexander Mattison with Cam Akers expected to play today?
I expect Alexander Mattison to be the lead back, but I think he's got absolutely zero room for error now. And as we've seen through the first three games, there are chances for errors. I think he will likely be the lead back, but there is a floor of 3 points.
Number two, low end number two running back.
Yeah, I think he's a solid RB2 and probably sees like 60 to 70% of the work compared to like 80% that he got last week.
Okay.
We're getting an awful lot of Rashaad Johnson questions.
Yeah.
And I don't quite get it.
Well, it's the Broncos,
Right. But the Bears aren't the Dolphins. And I don't think Rashaad Johnson's even close to being the lead back there. Is my read wrong?
No, I think I agree with you. I'm not starting Rashaad Johnson. I mean, look, Jaylen Warren's not a great option here, but I would start.
Yeah, like in this context, it's fine. Like that's a decent question, but like we've seen Rashaad Johnson in Twitter questions and stuff. I've seen him compared to like players I'm at. Yeah, see, this is another one where I'm not particularly excited about Josh Palmer. I would go with Palmer over Rashaad though.
Yeah, same.
I do think like we shouldn't underestimate how big the difference has been. I mean, it's not just that the Dolphins hung 70 on them. Sam Howell and the Commanders put 35 on them. Like they're really bad.
Yeah.
Right, but the Bears aren't even the Commanders at this point.
I think the Bears. I would bet rest of season the Bears offense is better than the Commanders.
Oh, I'll take that bet.
Okay, somebody mark it down. Schaefer, mark it down. It's a bet from week 4 on. Who scores more points? We'll get rid of defensive touchdowns. So we're going Palmer here. All right. Well, you know what? Let me take a quick pause here and just say welcome, everybody. I know that last year the London games kind of screwed everything up for us. You know, we would get fewer viewers, but we have a very strong audience today, almost 1,200 people. We invite you to kindly hit the like button. We invite Trevor Lawrence to pick up a first down on that scamper here. We need some more points in this game. This has not been the best fantasy day so far. We can talk about it. How good is Bijan Robinson? Holy cow. I mean, I think he's my favorite player. Nobody is more electric. Is anybody more electric with the ball in his hands than Bijan Robinson?
Christian McCaffrey.
Tyreek Hill.
Kadarius Toney.
Devon A-Chain.
I don't know. You see some of these, that one-handed catch he made, the juke he made on the first possession of the game. That was incredible.
I will say, if you're watching this game, I was thinking about this. Like, the Falcons' offense is obviously much worse than the Jaguars. Jaguars' offense might be more concerning. Because, like, this is how the Falcons want to play, which is a problem in its own right. But, like, the Jaguars just can't do what they want. And it's a little concerning.
Yeah, Lawrence is having an okay day, 196 yards and a touchdown. He has 39 rushing yards, so he's going to end up probably with a good game. I mean, there's almost a full quarter left. There's 11 minutes and 34 seconds left, but you know, ETN not really getting it done. Ridley, thank God he had the 30-yard touchdown on busted coverage. Ingram's being Ingram. Kirk is having a nice day.
Kirk's having a nice game.
So bad. Let's get something for ETN. Let's get a Lawrence the ETN touchdown pass, and I'll be very happy. Probably not going to happen though. But anyway, hit that like button. Ask us your questions, and we'll get back to it right now. Debo or Thielen or Tank Dell, PPR?
Debo.
Yeah,
I'm still using Debo.
All right. I'm going to get down to some more recent questions. Palmer, Pacheco, or DeAndre Hopkins?
Hopkins.
I would use Pacheco.
I think I have Palmer. There you go.
Looking at that question, really want some pancakes right now. I've never seen D-Hop like that. Did a lot of people do that? Like IHOP?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say you really wanted a popsicle.
Yeah.
Oh, popsicles are for 8-year-olds. Are you kidding me? Like get a grown-up dessert. Let's see. Purdy, is this a question? Purdy or Tua? We're going Tua today.
Gonna lean Tua.
How about Atwell, Addison, or Kelly? PPR.
I will go. I think it's Addison there.
I would go with Atwell there.
Addison, but it's close.
I think he has 8+ targets in each game. Good.
Yeah, something like that. 7 to 9 maybe in each game.
I think he's gonna have a decent role even when Kupp comes back too. Addison. I think Van Jefferson's gone.
Yeah.
Kamara or Waller?
Kamara.
Yeah.
I would go with Kamara. Yep.
Gabe Davis, Olave, and Judy. We need to pick 2 here.
Excuse me.
What was that?
I'm watching some football.
I would.
That's what it sounds like.
Standard makes it a little bit closer, but I would go with Olave and Judy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Standard? No, I'd go with Olave and Davis.
I get it.
Thielen or Dell?
Thielen.
Yep.
I like Tank Dell.
Sing it, Adam.
I got a feeling. Totally made that up. TM. Kamara or Mostert or James Cook? Well, would you start Kamara over either Mostert or James Cook?
Nope.
I would start him over James Cook.
Stream Dawson Knox, Everett, or Chig?
Do you have a 3-way coin?
I would go with Everett.
Yeah, Everett.
Sure.
Njoku or Logan Thomas? I'm going to go with Logan Thomas.
Man, I have no idea at all what to expect from David Njoku.
Have you seen the way he
avoid
put up to the stadium?
That was wild.
I think it has to be David Njoku.
Oh, wow. He looks like super motivated. I got to search this on X.
He's wearing a full mask.
I don't know that I would call it super motivated as much as like just super awesome.
Soul snatching.
My God, look at that. Oh, wow.
I would
Nobody's
use
okay.
Logan Thomas. Sorry, Njoku.
Yeah, I mean, if Watson were playing, maybe, but I don't know. Not that he's been so good with Watson. Chark or Addison?
Addison.
Correct.
Yep.
Judy or Addison?
Addison.
It's close. I would take Judy.
Ayuk or Cooper?
Ayuk now.
Yeah.
And then pick 2, Connor, Henry, or Kyron?
I'm starting Henry and Kyron.
Okay. Yeah, fine. Chris, are you talking?
I was.
Oh, I always thought you were just sitting the last few questions out. You've been muted for
Nope. I've been answering the questions faithfully and dutifully.
Are you also starting Kyron over Connor?
No, I would go Connor over Henry.
Oh, you're sitting Henry.
No. Sorry. Connor and Henry. Excuse me. Connor
Okay.
over Williams.
Okay. A Chance or Addison?
HN.
HM.
Correct.
Breida or Madison?
Madison.
Yep.
Let's see. Can I get the game of the week song? No. Really upset about that. Dave totally ruined it. Sanders or Kelly? Sanders, right?
Sanders.
Yes.
All right, let's pick 2 here. Pickens, Atwell, Zay Flowers, Sutton.
Ooh.
I would go with Sutton and Pickens.
Pickens and Sutton. Pickens another outlier for me. He's a top 20 wide receiver for me. I think Dave and Jamie both have him outside of their top 30. So,
Yep, Pickens and Sutton as well. For me, I've got Pickens. Where do I have Pickens? I think he's top 20 for me. Yep. 18th.
Can we talk about Kyle Pitts for a second? I mean, what the heck? 2 catches for 21 yards. This is awful. It could be 3 weeks in a row where Jonnu Smith has more yards than him. I could be wrong.
Every time. Yeah, the Falcons are throwing to their tight ends more than any team in football. It's just that Jonnu Smith's getting 40. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they're throwing like 11 targets per game to their tight ends. It's just that Kyle Pitts is getting 55% of them. Every time I think about the Falcons and Kyle Pitts in particular, the Sounds of Silence by Simon and Garfunkel plays in my head because I can't believe we're doing this again. I can't believe Arthur Smith is doing this to us again. It's all terrible.
Can we get a trade? Wasn't there like slight whispers about the Cowboys being interested this week in Kyle Pitts? Can we get that? Can we get something?
That'd be great. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, D Hop or Palmer?
Hopkins.
Palmer.
Okay. Well, Drake London with a catch. Hopkins, Gainwell, or Hollywood Brown? Pick one. That's interesting.
I'm going with Hopkins here.
It's close between Hopkins and Brown. And
Hopkins.
I have Hopkins just ahead. Yep.
I haven't seen a Joe Burrow question. Are you guys all kind of out on Joe Burrow?
Yes.
I would like to be more out than I am, but he's QB 15 for me, so he's not a must sit.
I have him at QB 11. Last week I said I was going to give Deshaun Watson one more chance against the Titans secondary. I'm happy I did. And I'm going to do the same thing with Burrow. So top 12.
Yeah, man. I'm starting him over Brock Purdy. How about that?
That's fine.
I do the same.
Yeah, it's fine. That's what I'm talking about. Miles Sanders, Cortland Sutton, or Tank Dell in half PPR?
Miles Sanders.
Correct.
Yep. Pittman or Palmer?
Pittman.
Yep.
It's also just like Drake London gets one catch and then comes out of the game. It's like, how winded can he really be? You know, like I guess he's running a lot of sprints. He's just his role in this offense is to mostly just run. But like he can stay out there for one more play after catching a ball, right?
Yeah. Well, they take Deshaun out too much too. I mean, this guy's just tearing it up right now. But we have a YouTube poll. Who will be the first quarterback to get benched this season? Ritter, Wilson, Tannehill, or other?
Oh,
Wilson. You didn't say the most likely name. I think.
Who?
I think there's a decent chance Jimmy Garoppolo just gets. Is it Wally Pipp? Am I using that correctly?
Yeah.
I think he gets. I think that there's a decent chance he gets Wally pipped.
He has been fantastic.
No, he hasn't. He's thrown 6 interceptions.
He's been really bad.
Interceptions don't matter.
Oh, well, they do matter. But I don't think he's been benched. I mean, they just spent a lot of money on him. I'm not feeling this Wally Pipp call. I'm not feeling it. Unmute your mic and defend yourself, young man.
It's unmuted. I was just moving it. I didn't want to interrupt things.
You never know. Sometimes you answer 4 straight questions on mute. You know, I know you keep me on. Keep me on my toes here.
Frank can attest to that being a thing that I do with some regularity.
Oh yeah. On the baseball side, I'm always saying you are muted, sir. It's kind of become a bit on the baseball side.
Chris had a great tweet today where someone was giving Chris crap for a bad recommendation on the podcast on baseball, and Chris is like, I haven't been on the baseball podcast.
Oh yeah, this dude who's like been trolling me for like literally years, who has said that Ronald Acuna is a slap hitter. It's one of our favorite running bits. Ronald Acuna, of course, hit 40 home runs this season. He gave me crap for suggesting Ranger Suarez as a streamer this week, and I was like, I literally haven't been on the show in a month and a half. I'm just sad that my biggest troll doesn't recognize my voice.
Najee or Judy, half PPR.
Ugh.
I would go Judy.
Najee.
I would go Judy.
This one is from like 10 million people. Jerome Ford or Ramondre Stevenson?
A lot of pressure there. I'm going to go Stevenson.
Yeah, I have Stevenson just ahead, but I have lowered him. He's more of like a low-end RB2 now with this report about Zeke getting more work. So,
yeah, he was already a low-end RB2. For me, I would go Ford, and I don't really like Ford.
DJ Moore or Jerry Jeudy? PPR.
I would go DJ Moore.
Yeah, give me more.
I would go Jeudy.
These are 2 guys. I'm in the same league, and I always have to decide every week. I'm going with Jeudy. But these are 2 guys who padded their stats late last week on big plays or a touchdown for more against backup cornerbacks. They were having really bad games in blowouts. And then they had these cheap fantasy points late. Probably made their stat line look a lot better than it was if you weren't paying attention. By the way, speaking of New York City, which was our previous comment, Chris, Frank, did you guys do okay with the storm the other day?
Yeah, where I'm at, it didn't really flood at all. It was weird because it did rain. I mean, the Marlins got screwed over by all the rain, but other than that, it was fine for me.
Yeah, thankfully, all good on my end too.
Okay, good. Glad to hear it. John,
it rained a lot here too.
You're fine. It didn't flood, did it?
It was flooded this morning, but I was able to navigate my way through it.
All right, I didn't realize we had like some wacky once in a generation storm on Friday.
Seems to happen once every year.
Well, it's a general. Yeah. Cooper
my route and our parking lot floods at least once a week. So it's more common here. Amari Cooper.
Yeah.
Yep. Same.
Oh, so close to a 2-touchdown game. I know I'm a little behind, but almost a 2-touchdown game for Drake London. Do you guys see that what Jonnu Smith is doing? He has 67 yards. Jeez.
He's their leading receiver.
Yeah. He's probably no, he's not. Kirk has. Pierce, Ford, Madison, Mims. We need 2.
I would go Madison and Ford.
I would go Madison and Pierce.
I would go Madison and Ford.
I don't want to start Mims today, but it's, things are kind of in motion for him. I think he's going to get more work today.
Team name.
I don't know. They brought in Traquan Smith.
Uh-oh.
It's another former Sean Payton guy that he can play over Marvin Mims.
But he's not there yet, right?
I don't think he's signed yet now.
Okay.
Team name, Marvelous Madam Mims. Anyone know that one? The Sword and the Stone? Come on, it's a classic. All right, who are we benching here? Thielen, Cooper, Addison, or Lockett?
I think Marvelous Mims Maisel would be better.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. Who are we benching?
It's not a Mim. I'm benching
Thielen.
Addison.
Cooper.
I would bench Addison.
That would have been great if we had gotten a Lockett from you. Dell or Ford, non-PPR.
Oh,
Ford.
I just saw some basketball news for Heath. The Celtics are trading for Drew Holiday, so there you go.
Yes. Wow. Yes. Yes.
That's awesome.
As a Knicks fan, it's been a bad week in the Eastern Conference, but I would go with Ford.
We got RJ Barrett. Doesn't matter. Khalil Herbert or Elijah Moore, half PPR.
Did you just say that?
No.
Oh, gosh.
I would go with Khalil Herbert over Elijah Moore. Maybe in full PPR, I would go Moore, but Herbert.
Yeah, I'd take the shot on Herbert as well.
I think we had that Rashaad conversation, and a lot of his snaps have come in games where we're not competitive.
Mm-hmm.
And this one might not be either. But if they keep it close, I think Herbert could have a really good day. He's a nice, sneaky DFS play.
We have 307 likes. Let's get to 400, please. And then let's get to 5 after that. But let's start with 400. Gus Edwards or Jalen Warren? Hit that like button.
Edwards.
I would go with Warren.
Warren for sure. I'd start Justice Hill over Gus Edwards.
Interesting.
Yeah. I don't know if I do that at first, with the injury and all, but first game back. But I get it because Edwards, he needs a touchdown for sure. He'll catch a couple passes, hopefully.
I believe Edwards, interesting note from Adam Schefter yesterday. I believe Edwards is the first player since week 6 of last year to play the week after sustaining concussion.
Really?
Yeah. No player had done it since Kenny Pickett in week 6 of last year.
Yep.
And Gus Edwards will, or assuming I assume he's active.
Why is Drake London on the bench? Is he hurt? He looks very sad. Right now.
Very upset. Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Doesn't Jacksonville have the ball?
Oh,
Jacksonville
do that?
has the ball. That's why.
Was that a turnover on downs?
But no, that makes a lot more sense now that you put that context on it.
Okay, that was a 4th down play. I didn't realize that. Well, get him out there anyway. DJ Moore, Gabe Davis, or did we do this one?
No. DJ
Moore.
I would use Palmer.
I would go with Moore.
Jeez, chill out, Matthew Turner. Pick 2, Javonte, Sutton, Flowers, or DJ Moore?
Sutton and Javonte.
Give me the Broncos.
Let's go, Broncos.
What could go wrong?
Let's ride.
Enough, Dan versus Adam. Who's winning in one-on-one basketball out of Towers and Stamfel?
Oh, Frank's actually good at basketball.
Yeah, and the thing you don't realize,
Frank's sneaky, he's sneaky athletic.
What about me and Chris against Frank and Adam?
I think me and Heath win that one.
Yeah, I think so.
You don't have enough height.
You're tall.
I'm like 5'9".
Yeah, I think I'm taller than Frank.
Pretty average.
I thought you were tall. You're not tall?
Adam, we went to the Knicks game together.
I remember you being tall.
Like
everybody there was so tall to Adam. Like, look at all these tall people.
I swear, Dave Richard, Frank. Have you met Frank? I swear he's tall. He's lying about his height. I don't know why you're doing this.
You're asking somebody who's 6'3" if Frank's tall. The answer's no.
Wow.
Sorry, Frank.
It's all good, man. It's just the facts.
All right, Heath. Thank you very much, my friend.
That was fun.
Hi, Heath.
Hi, Heath.
See you guys.
Bye, Heath.
All right, we got Mixon, Sanders, Atwell, Judy, Collins, Dell. Pick 2, half PPR.
Aren't you tempted to take the Texans?
I'm gonna go with the 2. I'm gonna go with Mixon and Sanders.
Yep.
I don't love it though.
Yep. First 2.
Yeah, that's boring. I think Sanders is probably one of the right answers. I'll go Collins with the other. If you're finding yourself down, though, then maybe Dell is the better guy to bank on.
Oh, hit that. By the way, some good shadowing in the game today. AJ Terrell has done actually a very good job on Calvin Ridley. The touchdown was a busted coverage. Yep. And I've seen Tyson Campbell on Drake London a lot. In fact, on the touchdown that London had, he motioned to get off of Tyson Campbell, got a better matchup, and they threw the back shoulder throw to him. And Terrell just got a pass interference call, but he's been really blanketing Ridley.
He has, and this is the first game all year Atlanta's used Terrell as a matchup corner.
Well, you were probably on the air, so I don't think you heard what the broadcast was saying, but they said that Ridley struggles with press coverage, and the Falcons were going to try to exploit that, and that most of his explosive plays, I think in his career, have come with like a free release. So that's something to keep an eye on with Calvin Ridley, because this is basically 2 games where he's been shadowed and mostly shut down by Snead and now by Terrell.
And you know what the counter move to that is, and I'm surprised the Jaguars haven't done more of it, is put Ridley in motion. Do with Ridley what the Dolphins have been doing with Tyreek for years. Get that guy moving before the snap so that he can't be pressed.
All right, we got Madison or Achane and Puka or Waddle, half PPR.
I've got Puka ahead of Waddle. And I've got... Do I have Madison ahead of... I have Madison 1 spot ahead of Achane. I don't feel super confident in saying that, though.
I've got Achane 1 spot ahead of Madison. And are you not confident because you're worried about Madison maybe getting benched or losing more work than you think to Cam Akers, Chris?
No, it's just that Achane might be a really, really good player and Madison might be a pretty bad player. And I feel pretty confident Madison's going to have more touches than Achane. I just don't know if that actually matters.
Okay.
By the way, I think Waddle's going to have a... I'm going to go Waddle. I'm the only one, I think. What would you say?
Yeah, I kind of want pieces of that game. There are so many defensive injuries in that game that we could see.
I missed that. You want pieces of what?
The Bills and Dolphins game.
It's the game of the week. Yeah. Finally. Yeah, it's a little bit better than the first time. Let's get some.
You love to see it. You love to see it.
Would you drop Tajay Spears for Pirine or Zeke?
How bad do you need a starting running back this week? If you need one badly, I would make the move for Zeke. Otherwise, I would not.
Only do it if you need one for a starter this week.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
Yeah. Don't try not to do it. Judy or Flowers, PPR?
Judy.
I have Flowers just ahead.
I think I have Flowers ahead. Nope, I have Judy ahead.
Yeah. Chris is the man.
Like, Addison or say Flowers?
I'll take Addison over Flowers.
Yep.
I'm going to take Zay Flowers. I think he gets a ton of targets today with no Odell Beckham, no Rashaad Bateman. So I think he gets more work.
Maybe.
Baltimore's missing like half their defense, by the way. Something to keep an eye on there.
What is going on with the training staff there? Like, this is like 4 years in a row where they just have tons and tons of injuries every week.
Yeah. Been asking myself that about the Yankees.
I was going to make the joke, but I was like, I can't keep talking about baseball. People are going to be mad.
Tutu or Amari Cooper?
Atwell.
Yeah. I'm still going to go with that with Cooper.
I would still go with Cooper, yeah.
Oh, we got flowers and hearts here, or just we have flowers, but we not in the emoji. Flowers, Madison, Kyron, Myers, pick 2, full PPR.
I would go with the running backs.
I'll take Myers and Kyron.
Man.
Yep, I would go with the running backs.
Have you guys had a conversation about what to expect from the Raiders passing game?
No, let's talk about the Raiders passing game and the Browns passing game. Well, we had a brief conversation about it, but that was 40 minutes ago. So hit it. Actually, Dave, you're not allowed to talk about it until we get 500 likes. We're at 417 likes. When we get to 500, you will get Dave's thoughts on the Raiders and the Browns passing game. In the meantime, Fields or Richardson?
I would go with Richardson.
Same.
Yeah. Nope. Fields.
Sanders or Mostert?
Raheem.
I have Raheem Mostert 1 spot higher.
Correct.
Man, it's been a real
different tone to that.
for ETN today. I think the Falcons defense may not be that bad. Dave, you talked about that a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Zeke or Kittle, full PPR?
Kittle.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kittle.
Akers or Kelly?
Oh, Kelly. But
Yep. Still Kelly.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to 500 likes. We're at 473 likes. The London game is wrapping up. They're about to hit the 2-minute warning, unless they already have. Now there's 2 minutes and 9 seconds left, and it's just about over here. We'll recap that in a moment, but I'm not going to read any more questions until we get 19 more likes. We're at 481 likes. It's Sunday morning here. Dave, it's afternoon now. Dave, Frank, and Chris are hanging out.
What's for lunch today, Adam?
I already had my lunch for the 4th straight day. I had pizza the 4th straight day.
Wow,
So,
I'm kind of jealous.
I'm going to take a break from that because we're out. I finished it. All
right, so I'm looking at Austin Eckler's Twitter account.
Okay, we do have the likes, but go ahead, finish up.
He tweeted 4 days ago or 3 days ago, little arrow pointing up with a picture of him at practice. Then obviously he was real doubtful for the game.
Yeah.
Just this morning at 11:07 p.m., 12:07 p.m., 12:07 p.m., he posted a picture of himself with a little lightning bolt doing like the Pledge of Allegiance before a game in uniform. Is he trying to hint that he's going to play? Can't really play with us. You know, you got a late start, Austin. That's a little unfair.
Also, that was 1 minute ago, Chris.
It might have been 11:07. I can't really tell.
God, it was a different time zone. Gino or Russ?
Gino.
Russ.
Dave, with your fresh haircut, I believe. Tell us what you think about the Raiders and Browns passing games with backup quarterbacks today.
So I thought that both Thompson Robinson and O'Connell looked great in the preseason. Both of them were quality quarterbacks for their respective colleges. Make no mistake, these guys are not, they're not about to throw the lights out and be amazing on the field, but they're serviceable. They're better than your standard NFL backup quarterback, in part because they're young, in part because they've got some good qualities to them. Thompson Robinson is a mover. We're going to see him run for a few yards on top of throwing, and he does sling it a little bit. He's got a good arm. O'Connell, a very good thrower, but very statuesque in the pocket. He's going to need some max protect situations. And we know that O'Connell's throwing to a pretty good receiving core. Devontae Adams and Jacoby Myers. Yeah, I'd say that that's pretty good right there, along with a run game that's looking like it's about to explode with Josh Jacobs. So I kind of like where the Raiders offense is, even with Aiden O'Connell under center. I think it's going to be tougher sledding for Thompson Robinson against the Ravens, even though the Ravens defense is banged up. I did downgrade Amari Cooper. He's now a flex for me. Don't really want to start Njoku. Don't really want to start Elijah Moore, and expect some good plays and some. I think DTR will probably be more inconsistent than O'Connell. If I had to pick one to start for fantasy, it would be O'Connell because I've got more confidence in his ability to throw downfield.
Okay. By the way, I'm not. This is just something that popped in my head while you were talking. I'm not trying to criticize all the things you said there, but what do Daniel Jones, Kenny Pickett, Jahan Dotson, Khalil Herbert, and DJ Moore have in common? Daniel Jones, Kenny Pickett, Jahan Dotson, Khalil Herbert, DJ Moore.
They all play in the NFL.
They all looked great in the preseason. Mm-hmm. I think I'm done with that. I'm not done with he looked bad in the preseason. That's really alarming and telling. But there were so many good preseason performances that did not carry over for even 1 second of the regular season.
Well, hold on. Pickett had 2 touchdowns last week. He ran into a matchup that was easy after 2 really tough ones to start the year. Does he get a pass?
Maybe, but he's still he didn't look great last week. I mean,
I'm not saying he did. He just had some better numbers. The throw to Calvin Austin really was the difference between a bad stat line and a good stat line. What about DJ Moore just being a victim of circumstance in Chicago?
Well, maybe. But we should have expected those circumstances.
Okay.
Maybe.
And then one of the plays that DJ Moore did well on in the preseason was a screen pass that he took to the house against a bunch of Titans backup defenders.
Which was an off-target throw. And another good play that he had was an off-target throw. So we probably should have dinged Justin Fields for looking bad in the preseason.
Maybe a little bit of that. And that's something that I'm kind of doing in my own, looking at my notes and stuff after the season, the autopsy of the season and what I did. I think I got to be more critical of players in the preseason. That'll be one of the things that you'll say, what'd you learn from this year, Dave? And I'll tell you that is that we need to be more critical during the off-season part when it comes to these players.
All right, let's get back to the questions here. We appreciate y'all hitting like and all being here today. Miles Sanders, Cortland Sutton, Michael Thomas, Jacoby Myers.
I think I like Sutton the best.
I like
would
Sanders
go
the best.
Sanders, yeah.
PPR, Zay Flowers, or Puka?
Puka.
Puka over basically everyone. He's top 12 in my flex rankings.
Harris, Kelly, Mostert, Achane. Pick 2.
Oh, Najee Harris. Okay. I'm going with the 2 Dolphins here.
I am too.
2 running backs from the same backfield that never have a good game on this at the same time.
Ha.
Thank you. Frank took him like 5 seconds to get it. Thanks, Frank. Short.
Was the best performance by non-QB teammates that I can find. Maybe there was a better one, but I couldn't find anything on the Pro Football Reference play index last week.
I think you're going to have to do a Zoom with me and show me how to use the Pro Football Reference play index. I am not smart enough for that. Madison, Pierce, Hollywood Brown, Tank Dell, half PPR. Also, I don't think I subscribe to it. So there's that.
Wow. We can get you a code.
Madison and Pierce.
I'll take Dell.
Madison and Dell.
Yeah, only 18.9 fantasy points for Lawrence today. You know,
I had over 1.5 touchdowns as a prop today. Not going to happen.
No. The Christian Kirk receptions prop was the easy winner.
And hey, maybe he'll throw a touchdown now.
what happened? What, another pick or something?
Strip sack.
Kamara or Mostert, PPR?
I'm going with Kamara.
Mostert.
All right.
Mostert. Mustard.
Achane or Zay Flowers?
I would go with Achane.
There it is.
I think I'll take Zay and PPR, HN and non.
I would just use Achane.
Mark Andrews or Henry and
Mark
Hall
Andrews.
or Ford? Achane or Mostert?
Just drop Hunter Henry. Like, when is Mark Andrews bye week? Just drop Hunter Henry until then.
Mark Andrews bye week is week 13.
Yeah, drop Hunter Henry.
I'm not dropping Hunter Henry, but I'm starting Mark Andrews. If Henry is a good game, isn't that like trade bait? Maybe you can get something.
Maybe
He scores another
has
touchdown.
he had more than like 50 yards in any game this year?
No,
more than like 55. Yeah.
But 5 for 50 is still pretty good for a tight end.
If you can get something for him, sure.
No,
but
you're gonna have to. It's a combo trade. It's a combo trade. It's not.
I don't want him on my roster if I have Mark Andrews. That's a waste of a roster space. Mark
All right.
Andrews is gonna get hurt
What are
today.
the other questions here? Frank,
Ford over Brees.
Yep.
Oh no. Oh, hold on. HN or
I don't know what if these are 3 separate questions or 2 separate.
I think it is. I think it's 3 separate questions.
That's how I'm reading it, yeah.
Okay.
So I'd go
Ford.
Andrews, Ford, and Mostert.
Yep.
How about you catch a touchdown and you don't even get 12 PPR points?
Yeah.
Drake London, man, you've got to be frustrated.
Oh, I thought you were
7
talking about
targets
Calvin
too.
Ridley.
Oh,
Lamar Jackson or Anthony Richardson?
Lamar.
Yep.
Correct.
I mean, Calvin Ridley basically having an identical game.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
2 for 38. Yeah, it is the same amount of 2 targets for Calvin Ridley.
Yeah.
2 targets. Good job, AJ Terrell. He really owned him. And the fact that Calvin Ridley can be shut down by 2 cornerbacks makes me think maybe we're just, maybe he's just not what we think.
Maybe.
Mhm.
Ayuk, Flowers, Dell. Pick one, non-PPR.
Ayuk and Dell. Oh, pick one. Yeah, Ayuk.
All right, let's recap this stink fest here of a fantasy game. 23-7, Jacksonville with the win. Lawrence with about 19 fantasy points. ETN, look, you love the carries and 23 touches. You'll take that. Unfortunately, he doesn't do much with it, but it is what it is. But what are we thinking about Ridley and Kirk right now? Would you consider selling Christian Kirk because we've seen him really be great without Zay Jones? Or maybe that's just a coincidence. But Frank, what do you think about the Jaguars offense?
Yeah, I think something's going on right now in that passing game. It hasn't looked amazing, not for Calvin Ridley, obviously. Christian Kirk, I think you can float him if you can get like top 20 wide receiver value, but I don't think that that's really likely. So I think I'm more likely to just hold on Christian Kirk. Calvin Ridley, I mean, it's a little bit worrisome, right? We haven't seen him play football in so long, and it's now, outside of week 1, he really hasn't looked that great. So I think he's in that, wide receiver 2 conversation as well. Travis Etienne, I know he wasn't efficient today. 23 plus touches in 3 or 4 games now. That workload is fantastic. So I would say out of all these, I'm probably the most optimistic about just Etienne and his workload.
All right, Dave, take a look at the Falcons here and Bijan.
Do I have to?
Well, I mean, if I could watch one team every week, it might be them just so I could watch Bijan Robinson. He is unbelievable, and he has a big game. 13.7 non-PPR, 18.7 full PPR points, if I'm doing the math right. He was great, but what about Jonnu Smith with 95 yards and then London and Pitts, thankfully scoring for London. But again, another quiet day for those guys.
Yeah, I pontificated during the broadcast. I was sitting watching. Well, I was watching the game. I wasn't on a broadcast. That Jonnu might be the best tight end in Atlanta right now. He's moving better than Pitts. Kind of an interesting stash if you're in a tight end premium league. I wonder if this volume could potentially continue where he's getting 5-6 targets a week and catching a lot of them and then making a play after the catch. We've seen it from him before. Not that I'm rushing out to start him, but you could speculate on Jonnu Smith because he's been getting some decent numbers, not necessarily great numbers. And really, we haven't seen great numbers from Kyle Pitts for a while. I don't blame fantasy managers who are tired of him. You'd think that next week's matchup against Houston would be good and that you could start him again. But I don't have a lot of faith in this offense as long as Ritter is the quarterback. And I wonder if a change to Heineke would especially help Pitts, who's been able to get open 15 plus yards downfield, but has seen balls go over his head or, thrown behind him. The quarterbacks that he's dealt with for the last year and change have just not been great. And if somebody's a little more accurate, not that Heineke is the most accurate quarterback in the world, but just a little more accurate could help unlock Kyle Pitts and certainly could see him get more than 4 targets in this game against Jacksonville. You can't have much confidence starting him or Drake London moving forward.
Okay. Back to your questions here. Let's take a look at the likes, the like-o-meter. We have 641. How about 750? How about 750? Can you give me 750? We got 2,100 people here. I'm just asking for like 100 more likes. That shouldn't be that hard. This is not what I meant to hit. But anyway, Ford or Achan?
Achan.
I'll take Ford.
I would go Achan.
Let's do some family therapy here. My family needs this fantasy advice for our future. Pick 2, Ford, Connor, or Najee Harris.
I would go Connor.
We get to pick 2.
And
I would go Connor and Ford.
I would as well. Chris, you joining us?
Yeah.
Join us.
Nico or Pickens, Stroud or Dak?
Pickens and Dak.
Same.
But man, if Stroud has a good game today, it might be all systems go moving forward.
It might be, especially against this pass rush in Pittsburgh, but I'd be a little surprised if that happens. I'll take Nico and Dak.
Quick aside, I don't know if this ever happens to you, but sometimes there's a matchup. I look at them like, what are these teams doing playing each other? It just doesn't make any sense. I can never remember the game. It seems so random. And to me, Steelers, Texans, I don't know why. It's just like, why are they even playing? Their colors are completely different. Their franchise history is completely different. Everything about these teams is different right now. I don't like it. I don't like the matchup. I just thought I'd share that with all of you. Thank you for listening. Puka or Tebow?
I'm going Puka.
Yeah.
I'll take Puka as well.
Yep, same for me.
Justin Fields or Daniel Jones or Anthony Richardson?
Richardson.
Fields.
Oh my gosh, mute button, Adam. Mute button.
Fields over Richardson over Jones.
Richardson, then Fields, then Jones.
Correct.
Dave's got a new duck. Yes, he does. That's quacktastic. Have PPR.
That's a very old duck.
It's the oldest member of our department.
Yeah, that duck's been on your desk for decades.
Nobody says anything about my background. By the way, for those of you at home, who wrote that? Me or my 5-year-old son? Path PPR, pick 3. Sanders, Evans, DJ Moore, Rashaad, and Herbert.
I actually don't think your penmanship is that bad.
All right, thanks. But you can tell, like, I started too big with both of them because you see how small the letters
that's how it works.
Like, yeah, it's like I should have
fit the S under the T there. Yeah, I see it.
Who's our 3 here?
Sanders.
The first 3.
Yep, Sanders, Evans, and Moore.
Yep, I think so too.
Godwin or Stevenson?
Kind of, if it's PPR, I think it's Godwin. And maybe Godwin even if it's non-PPR.
I'm going Godwin.
Yep, same.
Stevenson, Dell, or Zay Flowers?
Dude, you're starting Dell.
Yep.
I would go with Zay Flowers there.
Oh, Frank loves his Zay Flowers.
I'm
And you
back
know
in.
what? He's not even gonna be here next week. Frank, he's gonna be off the show. Which means if he gets Zay Flowers wrong, we can't say anything. You know,
Should I zoom in from Poland?
what are you gonna be?
It's like early afternoon stream.
Yeah, it's like 7 hours ahead. So
Taking vacation during the football season. Okay.
I got a wedding, man. Wedding in Poland.
Oh,
Is
that's
it
cool.
your wedding?
No, but it's my in-laws.
You know, I will say I went to Frank's wedding last summer. I'd never been to a Polish wedding before. Polish weddings are awesome. Polish weddings got lit. Frank was having a good time.
Well, you
Are you
got married.
Polish?
What do you expect?
I am not, but my wife is like fresh off the boat. Not really, but you know the deal.
Oh, okay. PPR pick 2. Jacobs, Kyron, or Mostert?
Jacobs and Mostert.
Agreed.
Correct.
Madison, or the heavy metal band Sandera?
My God.
Sanders.
The band that misses like 5 tour dates every year,
Yeah, exactly.
and they only play for like 34 minutes. I'll take the band.
Chris, I was thinking, do you think we could convince people that like didn't know that Death Cab is a metal band? And like,
It's the problem is you get to the cutie part.
no, you don't say
Like,
that. You just say
if
Death
it was Death Cab for, like Death Cab to the Apocalypse, maybe, but Death Cab for Cutie kind of gives the game away there.
Non PPR, we're going to start 2. Our first Mike Evans question that I've seen: Evans, Sanders, Debo.
Sitting Evans.
Yes.
I would sit Evans. Yes.
All right. How about we'll get a couple more here? Jamie's going to be on shortly. Ford, Lockett, or Garrett Wilson?
Lockett.
I'm locking it.
Correct.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're best. Stub my toe. Please help. Pick 3 in PPR. Ayuk, Myers, Josh Palmer, Collins, Lockett, Amari Cooper.
Yeah, that's a movie quote you can't say in full on the street.
You're best. Yeah, you're right. Good try.
Ayuk, Myers, and Lockett. No, Ayuk, Collins, and Lockett.
I think I like Ayuk, Myers, and Lockett.
I would go Ayuk, Lockett, and Cooper.
I don't think there's ever a time where I see the best or your best and I don't Sean Connery it, by the way. Henry, Pierce, or Brian Robinson?
Henry and Robinson.
I'll go with Henry and Pierce.
Yep, Henry and Pierce.
Stroud or Geno? I need a win today. Oh, well, all right. So he needs a win, guys. So
But he
Stroud
needs it today, and Gino doesn't play today.
Oh, damn.
I'm starting Gino on Monday.
Yeah, I would go Gino as well.
Yeah. Tank or Michael Thomas in the flex, and Dave is here. Yeah, he is.
Tank over Michael Thomas.
I'm with you.
Correct.
By the way, Giants are going to get destroyed on Monday. No Andrew Thomas, no Barkley, just destruction. Debo or Ayuk?
Ayuk.
Debo if it's non-PPR.
I would go Debo. The Seahawks are only 1.5 point favorites.
Oh, bet it. Bet the house.
Why are they going to get destroyed?
Bet
Because they
the
don't have
house.
their left tackle or their running back.
Also, they're not good.
Yeah. Star Wars or Marvel?
Aren't they
Uh,
technically the same thing now?
I've
Yeah.
only got a Star Wars tattoo, so I think I've got to say that.
Okay.
I would go Marvel, but I'm just probably not the best person to ask.
Too short. Swift or Stevenson?
Swift.
How did I become too short? Meanwhile, I'm taller than you, Adam.
Yeah, I'm almost 5. I'm 5'9". Forget I said the word almost. I could have sworn that you were tall. Really?
I don't know. Everyone has this perception. When I met Scott White, he says that he's like 6'1" or 6'2", and we were almost the same height. I'm like, Scott, you're lying.
I always feel it's so. It's always so interesting.
You don't know. Go to the doctor. Find out how tall you are. You're taller than you realize.
No,
I think Frank and I are probably around the same height. Yeah.
5'9".
No.
Great thing to debate at 12.
I feel like I took a selfie the last time we were together. I might be able to confirm this.
Swift or Stevenson or Thielen?
Swift.
Is it full PPR?
Swift.
I mean, you can read the. I don't know.
All I see are emojis. Thielen
I don't
if
know
it's full
what the dog
PPR,
means.
Swift otherwise.
How is that a Thielen emoji? Garrett Wilson, Zay Flowers, Josh Palmer, Elijah Moore, and James Conner, PPR. Frank is going to start Zay Flowers twice.
Yep.
Start him with Connor.
Connor and Flowers. Yeah.
Correct.
Dell or Addison?
Addison.
Dell.
I've been saying Dell. I'm stick with Dell. Oh, Chad Lawrence Powers. Pick 3, Aguilar, JSN, Chark, Gabe Davis, Tony.
Whoa, what happened here?
Gabe. Gabe is an easy one. And then I got 2 more of these stiffs. I
I would go Chark against the Vikings.
would too. And I might take Aguilar next.
That's fine.
Against the Browns defense has been really good.
What about
Yeah.
Tony revenge game against MetLife Stadium? No. Reaching
How many
there.
snaps is he playing these days?
Gosh. Yeah, I think I would go
Oh.
Aguilar as the third one.
All right, pick 2 in all caps. Nakua, Dell, DJ Moore, Thielen, Javante.
Thielen and Nakua. Oh, wait, you said all caps. Thielen and Nakua!
Yeah, in full PPR, I think that's right.
Dell and Nakua.
Dotson, Rice, or Giants wide receivers?
Just starting Dotson each week is like saying, okay, you can punch me in the face again. That's cool.
You get every Giants wide receiver points. I think
Yeah,
I'd
if you can
still
do
go
that
Dotson.
and start the Giants. I don't have a Giants wide receiver that I would start over Dotson. And I don't think I'm ready to start Rice over Dotson.
Yeah, I don't love any, but I would go Dotson.
Jonnu Smith has 1 fewer target and 58 more yards than Kyle Pitts this season
Freaking
on 35 fewer routes.
Can they just trade Kyle Pitts, please?
Zach
Run.
Moss or Javante Williams?
You're acting like that's
Zach
a huge
Moss.
asset. Zach.
Yes.
Raheem or Javante or Dave?
Oh, I'm
Raheem
slow. You're gonna want to
just ahead of Dave.
Must start Mostert.
Zay Flowers or Nico Collins?
Nico. Frank's
Mhm.
gonna say Zay.
I'm saying Zay. I'm Zayin Flowers.
Live from Fort Lauderdale, it's Jamie Eisenberg. Ba-dum-bum. Hey, Jamie. Wait.
Wow.
Jamie, you playing? You participating?
Yeah, I forgot to put my mic.
I guess that just tells you how
Well,
Adam feels about the rest of us. Nobody else gets applause.
Oh, sorry, Chris.
No, I don't want.
Funny point, indeed. All right. Jamie looks like he is about to be mic'd up. We don't want to hear that in the shirt. And hi, Jamie. There's there it is.
Good, you got it.
Whatever. Let's just answer some questions here. Let's see. Super flex for Frank. Zay Flowers or Patrick Mahomes?
Oh gosh. Come on.
Fields or Geno?
Fields.
Gino. Jamie will say Fields for sure.
I'm saying Geno.
Oh my gosh.
All right, Jamie's muted. We'll wait. We'll wait it out. Let's see how many likes we got. We got 806 likes. Give me 1,000 likes. 1,000 likes.
Oh,
and I
yeah.
will tomorrow.
You're begging for likes after we hear Jamie's chest hair rubbing up against the microphone.
I don't think Jamie has more than a couple of chest hairs. It's just a guess.
Wow. You're saying he's not like enough of a man to have chest hair?
Oh, I just think he's one of the lucky ones who doesn't have to deal with that garbage. Najee Harris. Where's that Najee one? Najee. Where'd you go?
Cam Akers is working in with the first team offense in pregame warmups.
Oh, boy.
Which means nothing,
Nothing.
but potentially means something.
Najee Warner, H.A. Jamie.
Hey.
A-Chan.
Jamie, Adam wants to know how much chest hair you have.
A little bit, but that I wear an undershirt. I don't know about you, Dave. I don't like to get all sweaty.
Yeah. I've got an undershirt too.
I wouldn't be rubbing up against my chest hair.
No.
Nobody would. C.J. Stroud or Justin Fields?
Fields.
Correct.
We got a welcome to the party, pal, to Jamie. That should say welcome to the party, pal, but need two here. Oh, Sit Wilson.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Rashaad or Jerome Ford.
Jerome Ford.
I would go Ford. I think we see Trevor Siemian at some point tonight, by the way.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
I don't disagree with that.
Really? Okay. Jordan Addison. I hope we don't. Jordan Addison or Jacoby Myers.
He can't be worse than Zach Wilson, Adam.
No.
No one can be.
DJ Moore's career is proof that anytime we say he can't be worse or it can't get worse, it can. Let's be careful. It can always get worse.
I don't know.
I would go Addison here.
As it gets.
I would go Addison over Myers as well. Very close.
What was it?
Yeah, I'll go Jacoby.
Sorry, 1 second. Wasn't Simeon the one who started that game for the Vikings in 2021?
He has started for the Vikings before, sure.
No, it was
right.
Who was the one with Jefferson? I don't know. I can't remember.
He has never started for the Vikings.
Traded Nakua for Debo.
Yes.
I like it.
I like it.
I think it's fair.
Let's see. We got
Cooper Kupp back next week. You think it happens?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm not getting that sense that he's coming back next week.
I don't
But
think
with
it's going to happen.
When you're getting Debo Samuel for a guy you picked up off waivers, that's a steal.
Flowers or Cooper?
I would actually use Cooper there.
Cooper.
I think I would too.
Wow, Frank. Flowers, Addison, Brees, or Javante? Come on, let's go. Back on the Flowers wagon. Oh, I don't know if I see the DJ Moore there. What are we doing?
I would go Javante and Flowers.
Give me Javante and DJ Moore.
I would go Addison and Moore.
All right, we got the band here. Full PPR flex. Need two. Myers, Hopkins, Judy, Rashaad White.
I'd take Myers and Judy, please.
Myers and Judy.
Hopkins and Myers.
I would go Judy and Rashaad White.
All right, would you guys like to hear something funny?
Sure.
Trevor Siemian has started one game for the New York Jets in his career.
Oh, I remember.
He had 3 yards on 6 attempts. Now, in the interest of fairness, he did leave the game early with an ankle injury, but I just thought it was very funny. Thank you, audience. That's a really long one.
What's the sound of us losing
It's
lights?
still going?
Does it sound like?
Stop it. Will you stop it, Mom? All right, let's see. Let's read more here before Mom gets mad at me again. Henry, Swift, Walker, pick 2.
Henry and Walker.
I am.
Henry and Walker, yes. Although
Yeah.
I hope Henry gets going.
Gosh. Walker and Henry is how I have it ranked, but man, I feel so bad about Derrick Henry right now.
Mhm.
Achan, Palmer, or Ford? Sorry.
Ford.
I would go Achan.
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 Dak Prescott or Daniel Jones? It's a thinker. That's a thinker right
I'd
there.
go Jones, I think.
I think so too.
Yep.
Gonna get crushed.
Dak
Mike-
has the lowest intended air yards of any quarterback this season.
Really?
It's been such a weird offense
Overall or per attempt?
per attempt.
Interesting.
Although probably overall, given how rarely they've thrown the ball also.
Yeah. Terry, McLaurin, Ayuk, Dell, and Smith. Who do I sit?
Oof. Okay.
Terry.
I think you're seeing Terry McLaurin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike Evans or James Conner, half PPR.
Connor.
Correct.
Jalen Warren or Rashawn Johnson.
I'd lean Warren in PPR.
Warren.
Yep.
But
DJ
I would
Moore.
not be surprised if the Roshan game.
What's that?
I would not be surprised if we see a lot more Roshan this week.
DJ Moore or Sandera.
Sanders.
I would use Sanders. Yeah.
Sanders.
Gabe Davis or Adam Thielen.
Thielen.
Correct.
Joshua Kelly or Tank Dell, half PPR.
Tank. Tank
Tank.
the
Yeah,
Frank.
tank.
Yep.
Tank the front. Let's see. Achan or Rashaad White.
H.
I don't feel good about White at all.
I do have White ranked a little ahead. I don't love it.
Okay. How about Mostert or Kyron Williams?
Mostert.
Yep. Mostert.
How about Mostert, Moss, Jacobs, Henry, and Stevenson? Who are we starting? And is this the Joe Boo game for Josh Jacobs?
No.
What about the one for Henry?
Might be the one for Henry. I'm starting Henry with Jacobs and Mostert. No, I think I might start Moss.
I've got
over
Moss
Henry.
one spot ahead of Mostert, but all four of them are top 12 guys for me this week.
Mostert, Moss, and Jacobs for me.
Yeah, I'm going to start the first three after all. Yeah.
Yeah. Same.
Sitting Derrick Henry.
About that. Did we do this one? Flowers or Debo?
Probably.
Yep. Tebow.
Okay, Debo it is. Damian Pierce or Marquise Brown, half PPR.
I'll go Pierce.
Brown.
I'll roll with Brown.
I would go Pierce.
We have 934 likes. Let's get to 1,000 likes. Do I see 1,000 likes? Anybody out there? Okay. Madison or Javonte Williams?
Javonte.
I'm with you.
I'm going with Madison.
I would go Javonte.
3 Javantes and a Madison. Stroud or Stafford?
Stroud.
Stafford.
Stroud.
Who do I retire? Skip me. Go to the next question.
Okay. The skipping Dave. Evans or Jacoby Myers?
Myers.
Jacoby.
Kobe.
You guys have been very quick to say Jacoby, but, you know, Jimmy Garoppolo, I'm not sure if you're aware, Jimmy Garoppolo is not playing today.
I'm still going with Evans.
Was not good.
I'm still using Evans.
Say that again, Jamie.
I'm sure if you're not aware, Jimmy Garoppolo is not good. So
Garoppolo has been pretty productive as a passer. I mean, we talked about this earlier. The interception's been really bad, but all right. DK Metcalf or George Pickens? Oh, DK Metcalf.
Yes.
yes.
All right. Non-PPR, Achan or Pierce? I'm down big. The other manager played Montgomery.
Achan.
Achan's got the upside.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
Especially
use
if you're down.
H-N regardless.
Hunter Henry or Ferguson?
Henry.
Double H.
Hunter Hurst.
Yeah, that's fine.
Jacoby or Tank Dell?
Jacoby.
Same.
I would go Dell.
Dell.
Okay. I was going to ask another. Oh, I want to get your thoughts before we go on Jameson Williams. We have plenty of time, but I know I'm going to forget. Jameson Williams back next week. What do y'all think about that? Who's excited? Raise your hand if you're excited.
Must-have guy.
Two hands out of 5. I mean, I'm like, I go like this with the hand.
He's got a chance, but I'd be surprised if he was a must-start guy the rest of the season.
You know what'd be fun, Jamie? You should write your waiver wire column before all the games. Just see what happens. See how I could start with
the way we publish our rankings. That might be the case.
Purdy or Richardson.
You got to start a Richard.
Yeah.
Richard.
Yeah, Richardson.
Like 2-2 the other day, Dave. That Richard.
Yes. That Richard.
Jerry Jeudy or Nico Collins.
Nico.
Nico.
I gotta say something with Richardson. Yep. I have lost the Richardson thing so soundly already that I don't even have to root against him anymore. It's like it's just over. Now I can just enjoy it and hope he does
Don't
great.
reverse jinx this.
No, it's over. There's no way I'm gonna be right about this. 2 weeks is all we needed.
Yeah.
I hope that worked. Pick 3: AJ Brown, Puka, Evans, Debo Samuel.
Brown, Puka, and Debo.
Yep. Sitting Evans.
Yeah,
That's fine. Yeah.
All right. Please help me muddle through this hot mess. Gus Bus, Shaheed, or Pirine?
Ooh. I would go P. Ryan.
I'd go Gus.
Yikes.
I'll take Shaheed. I'll take the upside.
I would go Gus. I think Shaheed with Carr banged up. I don't trust that. And P. Ryan just has not been very inspiring. The thing with Gus is the Ravens may have a huge time of possession edge today if DTR can't get going. And so that could lead to a lot of carries.
Need to know who to sit. Cooper. Or okay, who would you start? Cooper or Palmer?
Amari.
I'd still start Amari.
Yep, same.
He's at home.
Yeah. Roshan or Pierce? Nico or Addison?
Texans
Pierce and Nico. Yeah.
Both Texans for me.
Adam is the best hair. Adam is not the best hair. That is not accurate. Third best on this show. Half PPR, 2 flex. Wilson, Debo, Elijah Moore, and Breida.
Debo and Garrett Wilson.
I'm with you.
Yep.
Dave just put someone on the block. Oh, he offered Ezekiel Elliott on the block.
I have Elijah Moore ranked higher than Garrett Wilson.
Wow.
Dave trying to cash in on some Zeke hype. Mixon or Javante? Cooper or Sutton?
I'll take
Mixon.
Javante over Mixon.
And Javante and Cooper.
I will take the Broncos.
I'm going Mixon and Sutton.
Yep, same as Chris.
We're all over the place except for those two. They're on the same page.
Flowers or Johnston?
We're all in agreement on Flowers.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, a Dave sigh. Can I get a Dave sigh? What do you think?
No.
Okay. We need a running back and a flex at half PPR. Madison, Connor, Cooper, Flowers.
Cooper and Connor.
I think that's right.
I would go with the running backs.
I think I might take Flowers over Cooper. Maybe.
Samara, Puka, or Higgins? Half PPR.
Pick Puka for me.
I will agree with Puka Nacua.
Yep, same.
Ooh, a 7 point per touchdown. Tua or Richardson?
2 and 4, 6, or 7.
Tua.
Gabe Davis, Matt Breida, or Breece Hall?
Davis.
I'll go with Davis.
I'm loving this Sandera thing. We had another one. It was Sandera, which is Miles Sanders. Sandera or Mixon?
Pick
Like,
Mixon.
Sanders.
I would
You
go with
gotta
Sanders.
You got to change the lower.
What'd you say?
You got to change the lower.
Why?
It still says the previous question.
It's okay. I was trying to watch the mailbag while I drove. I was really just trying to listen to it on YouTube, though. But I was stuck in a horrible rainstorm. But great job on the mailbag, Jamie. I think you could have made fun of Dan a little more. If I would give you just a little feedback.
I don't want to steal your stick. I don't want to steal your stick. That's your thing. Chris was doing a great job, so I didn't want to step on his toes. And Dan was fine. Plus, we had a guest.
Yeah, we did. You did. That was great too. That was a lot of fun. Good job on the mailbag. I just texted Scott White. How tall do you think Frank Stanfill is? And Scott says he he's 5'9", but he stood next to me, 6'1.5", and we were pretty close to eye. I feel like he has to be at least 5'11". He says he's just going by his driver's license and hasn't measured himself.
So you haven't measured yourself since you're 16?
Yeah, basically.
He's tall. He doesn't even realize it, but he's tall.
It's not true. It's not true. I think Scott is shrinking, by the way.
Who do you guys like, McLaurin or Palmer?
Palmer.
Yep, same.
I like Scary Terry.
Josh Kelly or Najee Harris?
Ugh, Najee.
Yikes. Yeah, I think Najee.
You think this is aimed at me, this one here? I mean, this could be just in the chat, talking to someone else.
Do you think that this person plays bass guitar or they ride a bass fish?
I don't think I made a lame joke today, did I? I don't think I said, hey, listen to this joke. But I guess most of the things I say are lame jokes.
How's your new house?
Oh, it's great. I have these backgrounds. How's the new house? It's overwhelming, but it's good. You know, just a lot of stuff to unpack. What's worse, packing or unpacking? God, unpacking sucks.
Unpacking, because you're already there, and now you got to deal with this. Yeah,
Right.
unpacking is worse.
To me, it's what do you throw out? Like what do you actually get rid of before you take it someplace else? Sergio Gonzalez, our former colleague, when he moved to his new house, his wife told him, if the only time you're going to look at it is when you're moving it from one place to the other, throw it away. Best advice I ever heard.
That's great advice. And you know what? We're keeping so much stuff that I know we're never going to touch again. So anyway,
Box.
Thielen or Evans, Madison or Stevenson?
Thielen and Stevenson.
I would go Thielen and Madison.
Yeah, Stevenson and Thielen.
See, I think the Stevenson, I don't care about the Zeke report. Zeke sucks. Madison may be on the verge of losing his job.
Zeke looked better last week.
He looked better in garbage time. I mean, I don't buy it.
Yeah.
I don't want to
buy it.
There's going to be a lot of Stevenson on the field too.
We've seen enough Zeke in recent years, right? Like I'm not buying that at all. I'm just how good is Stevenson, you know, like can he get going? All right, let's see. And Madison just like hold on to the ball. He's one fumble away from being in serious jeopardy. All right, we got about 5 minutes left. Yeah, he may. Yeah, we got about 5 minutes left here, so we'll go rapid fire. We'd appreciate all of your likes. If you want to tell your friends about our show, that'd be great. We want to be the fantasy football destination on Sunday mornings. We have a lot of fun, and we appreciate you participating. Hopefully, we're helpful for you here. All right. It's going to be just as many questions as we can get to in the next 5 minutes. CJ Stroud, Justin Fields, or Russell Wilson? We need 2.
Fields
and Stroud.
Fields and Wilson.
Lockett, Ford, Madison, PPR.
Lockett.
Yep.
Purdy or Fields?
Fields.
Dotson or Breida?
Breida.
I'll still go with Dotson.
I'll go
Who had
Breida.
no catches last week?
What? Was it Breida?
Breida had 3. I don't know what Dotson had.
I think Dotson had 2.
Oy. Stevenson, Sanders, Rashaad White. Pick one.
Sanders.
Yep.
Garrett Wilson or Jerry Jeudy?
Judy.
Yep.
Kincaid. Oh, no, that's not the one I meant to use. Reed? Something about eating a goat?
Yeah, that's all I saw.
Mostert or Achane?
Mostert.
Yep.
Correct.
I mean, I would read that question because it seems funny, but it also seems like it might be offensive, and I'm not getting that. Lawrence, Wilson, or Daniel Jones? Well, I would have said Lawrence, but if you didn't start him, who would you start? Wilson?
Jones over Wilson.
Wilson over Jones.
Yep. Wilson.
Gabe Davis, Tutu Atwell, Collins, or Ayuk?
Tutu.
Ayuk.
McLaurin or Addison, Pacheco or Edwards?
Addison and Pacheco.
McLaurin and I think Pacheco.
Addison and Pacheco.
Lamar Jackson or Anthony Richardson?
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar.
Yep, Lamar.
Brady or Montana?
Brady.
Yeah.
Gabe Davis or Mike Evans?
Mike
Mike Evans.
Kamara, Dell, or Nico Collins?
Kamara.
Yep.
By the way, Frank, Scott measured himself like a week and a half ago, so he's not shrinking. Trade Addison for No, do not do this. It's a bad idea. It's non-PPR. Maybe it's less of a bad idea, but I'm not doing that.
No.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't.
I don't think so.
Stroud or Purdy this week?
Purdy.
Yep, I have Purdy just ahead.
I've got Stroud ranked higher.
Fields or Richardson?
Fields.
Fields.
Fields or Daniel Jones? Oh, sorry.
Richardson.
Frank? Richardson. Yep. Fields or Daniel Jones?
Fields.
I would go Fields. Yeah, just ahead.
What order? May I take your order? Javonte, Swift, Jerome, Ford, Connor.
Swift, Connor, Ford, Javonte.
Swift, Connor, Javonte, Ford.
Yep, same as Jamie.
Okay. McKinnon, Herbert, or Charbonnet?
Herbert.
Yeah, I go Herbert. Though.
I think Herbert, yeah.
Yep.
Puka or Jerome? Oh, Puka.
Puka.
Correct.
Kyron Williams or Kamara?
I'm going Kamara.
Kyron.
I'll go Kyron.
Would you trade Richardson for Achane? I have Cousins.
100%.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Yep.
Yeah, only in a 1 QB league.
Yes.
Jamie, you're the only one allowed to answer this one, apparently. Addison or Achane?
Achane.
Yeah, helping that Richardson trade is Cousins doesn't have a bye until week 13.
Oh, nice. Swift or Mixon?
Swift.
I'll go with Mixon.
Geno or Fields, and then pick one. Moore, Nico, Sanders.
Fields and Sanders.
Fields and Sanders.
I would go Geno and Sanders.
Justice Hill or Pirine?
Hill.
Yeah.
All right.
I would go with Pirine. I really like that matchup.
One more. Kamara or James Cook?
I've got Kamara.
Cook.
Give me an upset. Give me an NFL upset.
Based on the spread?
Yeah.
Well, the Ravens line has moved, right?
I could not tell you.
Ravens are -1.5.
Bears beat the Broncos at home.
You're picking straight up.
Bears win.
Okay.
You know what? Colts are underdogs. I'm going to take the Colts.
That's basically a pick 'em, though.
1 point.
Yeah. Yeah. Technically an underdog. The best kind of underdog.
I'm going to say
Texans.
A lot of lopsided lines out there today.
Come on, Adam, say it. Say the game you're going to. Say it.
oh, the Giants are not winning. Buccaneers over the Saints.
I was looking at
that's reasonable, yeah.
I think Dolphins are in play too.
Oh, Dolphins are winning.
Yeah,
They're winning. All right, everybody.
Also, Texans Steelers. I could absolutely see the Texans win that one.
Thanks so much for watching, listening, everybody. We will talk to you at 8 o'clock-ish p.m. to recap the Sunday games. Thanks to everybody who participated today and obviously all of our audience. We really, really appreciate it. Please hit like on the way out if you enjoyed the show. Subscribe to our channel as well. And good luck in week 4.